Well, it's Christmas Day in the National Football League for fans and teams alike. Get to pick out your new presents, open them up. Richard Skinner is here from Local12.com and the Skinny. Skinny, what is the Skinny on this draft? What do you think the Bengals are looking for, most specifically tonight in this opening round?
Just about anything almost. I mean, they're solid at some other positions, but really, I think tonight you're looking at either the offensive front or defensive front. They could use a tackle because Andrew Whitworth and Andre Smith are in the last years of their contract. They could use a tackle on the defensive side of the ball because we don't know if Geno Atkins is going to come all the way back. They could probably use help at linebacker. It's a really deep linebacker draft because you don't know what Vontaze Burfict's knee is going to be like. The one that would be interesting to me is the safety position. Landon Collins is really the only first-round safety, and he started to drop a little bit. They could use some real help at safety, and boy, there's not another first-round safety, and there's barely a second-round guy or two. That'd be the interesting one to watch to me because that would be a big get early on. That
is the one position all the experts are talking about as being the weakest among the positions, the safety position, and Landon would be the only value pick in the first round, and he'd have to be late in the first round, which is where the Bengals are picking. So what are some of the stronger positions we're seeing in this draft class?
You know, Marvin Lewis on Tuesday said that this is probably the strongest linebacker group he's seen in a long, long time, and obviously Marvin's been coaching for a long, long time as well. It's deep at wide receiver. Now, you can argue, do they need a wide receiver? They probably don't need one, but you're, again, looking to the future a little bit. I don't think they trust Mohamed Sanu being in the slot. You still have to determine whether Marvin Jones' foot is okay. They could go that route early as the second round maybe. They could also go as late as the 6th or 7th round and get somebody. Corner is really deep. But do you need a corner? I mean, you've got 2 first-round draft picks and Adam Jones on your roster already at that position, and Leon Hall. But if Leon Hall isn't going to come back the way he was from last year, he started to struggle at the end, maybe you go corner at some point as well.
Very quiet as usual, but very productive during the free agency period. Re-signed Clint Bowling along the offensive line. Brought back Michael Johnson after his ill-fated season with the Tampa Bay Bucks, who have the first pick. Do those 2 signings, re-signings, alter the game plan in any way, shape, or form tonight?
Bowling's absolutely does. If you didn't re-sign Clint Bowling, you were either going to have to take Andrew Whitworth and probably move him to guard and then draft a tackle. Now, you may draft a tackle anyway, but that would have forced your hand to do something along those lines or draft a guard to replace Bowling. Clint Bowling's a really underrated player. The Michael Johnson one, the jury's out. He was really good in 2012, had 11.5 sacks, fell off to 3.5 the next year with the Bengals, only had 4 this past year in Tampa. I know everybody's excited by it because the pass rush was so bad. I got to see him again to believe it. So maybe they do look pass rusher at some point, too.
Maybe he'll be rejuvenated by this. 10 seconds or less. If you were running the Bengals draft tonight in this first round, what would Richard Skinner do?
I'd look at Landon Collins if he was on the board. If not, I think I'd go best guy, offensive tackle, defensive tackle, whoever the best of the 2's on your board.
What do you got for us tonight on Local12.com?
Well, we got all kinds of draft coverage. We'll have the draft pick up. We'll have comments from the draft pick, comments from the coaches. We're going to kind of look ahead to the next day as well. So a lot that we're going to be covering draft-wise over the next 3 days at Local12.com.
Local12.com. You'll get the Skinny from Skinny.